There is an adage that says, "You see my glory, but you don't know my story." It is a saying that can be used in many situations, but this evening we use it in our story of lupus, a chronic inflammatory disease that occurs when your body's immune system attacks your own tissues and organs. Arlette Gomez, who works in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, was diagnosed 10 years ago with the disease, and with today being World Lupus Day, she shared her experiences with us as a way of encouraging support for those who are diagnosed and to bring more awareness of this disease.
The best way to describe it is to say you don't know how or what your day will be like when you swing your foot off that bed in the morning. Living with it is hard, especially when you have a very active job, when you have children, when you don't, it's a disease that you don't understand. That makes it very, very difficult. I've been living with it for almost 10 years, and I still don't understand every single thing about lupus because different things manifest itself at any given time.
For 10 years. So 10 years ago, what triggered your concern? What made you realize something was wrong?
I was sick. I was tired. I was having a lot of gynecological problems, and they were treating me for those individual symptoms, not knowing what it was that I had. And so for 2 years, between 2005 and 2007, I went through multiple surgeries. And the last one in April of 2007, my doctor at the time, Dr. Koi, recommended that I get tested. And I did in July of 2007, and I was diagnosed with lupus. A bad day for me is one of those days when I can't even get out of my bed. I can't even find the energy or the strength to get out of the bed. That's a bad day for me. There are days when I can go, and I use, like I keep saying, mind over matter. And there are days when I can work through it, and then there are days, and I don't consider those bad days because I can get up.
Gomez says there is currently an association that lends support to those who have been diagnosed, and she encourages others to come on board.
Association is very young. We're only a year old, and so we're still wetting our feet trying to put everything together. Presently, the association has about 20 members, but we're sure that there are other people out there who have the disease, and we want to tell them, you know, come on, come join the association, be a part of this camaraderie and this advocacy of this disease, so that people can understand that they are not in it alone. We ask people, if your family member is suffering from lupus, join the association, because you're suffering too if your family is suffering. So come on in and join the association.
Lupus is a difficult disease to diagnose, and even after one is diagnosed in Belize, there remains the issue of the absence of a specialist to attend to those patients. Gomez spoke on how the illness is managed by those affected.
It's one of the hardest diseases to diagnose because there are so many different symptoms. If I go to my doctor today and say, I have a fever, they would say, fever, you have some kind of infection, so they will treat you for that. If I go maybe next week and I say my joints are hurting me, they will treat you for that, not knowing that it's part of one holistic disease. They don't treat you holistically for that disease because they don't know that that is what you have. I always say to people, if you have any of those symptoms that we talk about, that we experience, get yourself tested, because you don't know.
Let's talk more about the symptoms. What are other symptoms?
Like I said, the fatigue, the swelling of the joints and the pain in the joints, the bones, the muscle pain, hair loss, fever, the skin rashes, you know, so many things, multiple things can happen to you. Some people suffer anemia. I keep saying my savior is Dr. Hidalgo. He has helped me through many hard times. I know that a lot of my fellow, we call ourselves Lupis, Dr. Godinez is a very good doctor, Dr. Cuellar, you know, and I'm sure there are others, but those are the ones that are talked about in our group, Dr. Hidalgo, Godinez, and Cuellar. but I'm sure there are others out there who, you know, are helping. The thing is that because it's an autoimmune disease, and we have the similar symptoms of people who suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. And those people, so that's why the association is the Lupus and RA Association of Belize, Lupus and Rheumatoid Arthritis Association of Belize, because the diseases are so similar in symptoms. There's no rheumatologist in Belize, so when we have to see a rheumatologist, we have to travel abroad. So it's a very expensive disease.
Gomez went on with an appeal to the family members, colleagues, and employers when it comes to dealing with lupus victims.